Let's go. Alright. Well, this seems... Yeah, we can keep this. We have 3 lands. We have 2 Birth of Melodies, a Glass Casket, and Banishing Light. So yeah, we can keep it. Now we have... We'll do that at the end of our opponent's turn, just to give him a little mystery. Or so he still doesn't know what deck we're playing, at least until his end of turn. So we'll fetch an island, and we will cast Glass Casket. And then we pass the turn. We still have 2 more Banishing Lights. So in case our opponent don't start casting creatures... What's this one? What is this doing? Whenever Core, Celebrant, or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. So I guess that's fine. We can... can let that slip, hit us for probably a couple of turns, and then we decide what to do next. What is that? Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and gain 1 life. Sacrifice a creature, draw a card as long as you control Cleric Relic Vial. As long as you control a Cleric, Relic Vial has, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Alright. Well, the good news is we now have a blocker. So I guess... not that. Actually, let's undo that. Oh yeah, we can do it. Or no, we can't. We can't. Let's pass a turn. I just played a land. What I was thinking is we play Birth of Melodies. What is this doing? Whenever you gain life for the first time, put a plus. I guess that's fine since we have Banishing Light. I guess we can let that. So let's fetch for an island. That island. Let's cast Omen of the Sea. Too many lands. So let's put 1 at the bottom. And then let's go back to our turn. Alright. And let's go ahead and pass the turn. Or should I? Yeah, let's pass the turn. I mean, we can still block this, yeah. Or we can counter that. Yeah, we can counter that. So yeah, we can still block that. Take 1, and now we have 2 blockers. Now we can cast Cleric, get a Glass Casket to that Cleric spawn, or what is the name of the card? Cleric of Life Spawn, yeah. So we're safe so far. We have 2 blockers. It's not a lot of action in our opponent's board. And if he decides to cast anything, we can counter it as long as that is scary. So let's see. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, oh, this one's scary. So yeah. Actually, well, yes, he will gain a life here because of poor celebrant. So let's counter that instead. And we pass the turn. Sure. And let's cast Jace with Kicker. Since our opponent doesn't have anything going on in their board and they only have 2 cards left, now is the best time for us to take advantage of Jace.
Every thought matters.
And or this one, yeah. 7. We have 6. So we can go with this. We can draw the land. Play that land. Well, we already know what's the next card, so let's just pass the turn. And he finally decided to sacrifice that creature, which is fine. And they and they quit. That's our game 1. Moving on to game 2. So we have 3 lands. We have a Birth of Melodies. We also have Shatter the Sky. And we have a new card, Into the Story. We're testing it out. See if it fits better than Opt. And we go first. So yeah, let's keep it. Since we have 3 lands and we have Birth of Melodies, then we have pretty much all the cards that we need. Except our opponent is a mill deck. Now it becomes a problem. So what I don't want to happen is for our opponent to keep on milling our deck. So I guess I would really love to Banishing Light Thieves, but I also feel like I have to do that on the Woe Strider. But you know what? Woe Striders. Let's go with the Thieves. Because Woe Strider, for as long as it's in play, it really doesn't do anything since we can block it. And it scries, and that's pretty much it. The only time this card will matter to us, is if it's already in the graveyard. Oh wow. That is... I guess let's pass the turn. Whenever Drana, the last blood chief attacks, defending players chooses a non-legendary creature card in your graveyard. You return that card into the battlefield and gets +1/+1 until counter on it, and the creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. So yeah, that's gonna come in. And I guess I will be forced to cast Shatter the Sky next turn. I did get my 5th land, it's just that it comes into play tapped. So, what now? Alright, now since our opponent stopped casting spells, I guess we can cast Dream Trawler here. And let's see what he's going to do with it. He probably have a creature removal. Or maybe not. This is a weird deck. I thought it's a mill deck, but turns out it's not. Because most of the spells, most of the cards he casts isn't really a mill deck. Or not supporting the card, so... Let's see. Grim Tutor. Probably a removal. Master. And he probably will choose the sacrifice option. Or not. What did he choose? Oh, you have to deal a combat damage. Alright. My turn. So we still have a chance here. We can cast Elspeth, destroy that Rankle Master before it starts attacking, and we can start attacking. Now this is the part where I decide either I activate, which I think I will. So we skip that destroy option. Or we counter that destroy option because now Dream Trawler has hexproof. And also, now our opponent only has one card left in his hand. And a Woe Strider that he can cast once he decided to exile 4 cards in his graveyard. Which he did. Alright. Then we can finally attack. If our opponent decides, if he happens to have another creature removal, then we can just trigger Dream Trawler's ability to make it hexproof, discard the plane, and what is he casting? Each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. So 3? Huh. 3, right? You know what? Let's bounce. Oh! Well, he decided to quit. Alright, moving on to game 3. Yeah, we can keep this. And we go first. And we have Birth of Melodies, we have Glass Casket, we have Omen, and we have Gerrard. So we have really good early turns options, depending on what our opponent is going to do. But since they didn't do anything on their first turn, which is really good. Should we or should we not go? You know what? Let's cast Birth of Melodies. I was thinking that maybe not do that now. Wait for until they play their second land and maybe hope that they cast something, which they didn't, so that's good news for me. So I still have Gerrard ready. I now have Gerrard Disruption ready. So far so good. We got a blocker in case they cast a creature that we can't counter. And they still didn't do nothing, so they didn't even play a land, did they? They didn't play a land. And now that yeah, they did not. So at the end of their turn, let's cast Omen of the Sea. Well, I really would like to get neutralized here and even into the story, but we don't have our 4th land, so we'll try and search for our 4th land. And we found it. Except it comes into play tap. However, we also found a second Birth of Melodies, which will allow us to get an untapped planes, which will still allow us to use Gerrard Disruption in case our opponent does cast something that we need to counter, that we can also counter. Otherwise, we'll cast Omen of the Sea. Yeah, something like that. Now we now have 2 Glass Caskets. Our opponent just decided to quit. Alright. And we're back. Something happened. We have to block this. And block it. And my turn. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I lost connection. So I'm back. I mean, we can attack, I guess. Or we can cast Elspeth, Conqueror of Death. And then we can attack. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, sure. Let's discard. Which one? Submit. And resolve all of that. Bounce the one with reach. Let's try and draw 4 cards. And let's attack. Let's counter that as well. Because that's the only thing that is going to keep us from attacking our opponent down to 0. Hopefully down to 0. Oh, so he's got another one. I guess we can't do anything about that. And another mirror maid. So which one is it going to be? All right. Now the game plan is to wait for the 2 Elspeth Conqueror's death to reach its 3rd saga, and then we cast Shatter the Sky. Hopefully we're still alive once that happened, but let's see. Another Omen of the Sea. Yeah, sure, why not? Mystic Sanctuary. What card do I want to be getting from my graveyard? What spell? Do we have any spell in here that... No, we don't. So let's just stick with Omen of the Sea. And we pass the turn. All right. I cannot wait for another turn here, so... Ooh, well, I like them both. My turn. That's 7. Do you think he has a counter spell? We'll find out. And we can't. So we pass a turn. Sure. And we have the last casket. We have the last casket, everyone. We now have Shark Typhoon. And we can start attacking. Fog. Sure. Can't do anything about that. So let's activate one of our omens. Can't go with... Can't... Not Glass Cascade, but maybe Omen, yes. Shatter the Sky. Yeah, that's much better. Into the Story, yes. That's one of the cards that I wanted to get. But I'll cast Emeria first. And then let's pass the turn. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may have become a copy of another target creature until except it has this ability. Alright. Alright. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Sure. Attack all of them. Yep. He's got lifelink. That's bad. That's bad. He's got lifelink. And he's going to attack. Vigilance. That is really, really not good. And the good news is we have this to balance that. Let's counter that. You can copy it again if you want. And then he finally decided to quit. And moving on to game 5. Yeah, I guess I could keep it. And he has Lurus. And he multi 6. Oh, this is interesting. It's a cycling deck. Interesting indeed. We may not need that. Yep. We now have a blocker. I don't think Jawari will be very effective here, especially now that my opponent has 5 lands. And besides, his spells are most likely just 1 mana spell, so yeah. And he stopped cycling cards. That's really cool. And I now have 2 blockers. I also have 5 lands. I can also cast Yorion if I want to. If I want to. But not yet. Maybe not yet. I still don't find any value in casting Yorion aside from having a creature that can hit our opponent in the face. But other than that, not much. Oh. Oh no. Good thing our opponent has a non-basic land for us to destroy, so we can now have our second island. Which will become a problem if they don't, because I don't have a second island. And I can now cast Brazen Bower as a creature. At least we can try and hit them this way. At least we also have a blocker to survive. Sure. Good thing I can have a counter spell. Now it's a little scary. That is a little scary. In your graveyard. I think we need to cast Dream Trawler now, or I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think he has a card that can throw this into our face. This 9 power to our face, but he does have the Zenith Flare, which most likely will kill us anyway. So let's try. Let's just go ahead and cast Rune Trawler. See what's going to happen. If he does have another Zenith Flare, then we're probably dead. But if he doesn't, then we'll survive. Now he's casting a second one. An insurance. Haha. You know I'm still gonna block that, right? Oh yeah, it does have Zenith Flare, so that's gonna hurt. That is going to hurt. And now we need to discard. Let's discard undo. Now if he has another Zenith player, then we're probably dead. If he doesn't, then we're good. Seems like he doesn't. He's searching for it. Most likely he's searching for it. But this is crazy. And yeah, alright. Oh, we have another into the story. And we have another glass casket. Yes! And we won! You can cast any of them, yes. Yes, you can do that. My turn. Into the story. And good game. Yes, good game. So that is a nail biter, guys. If you enjoy that last match, that last game, you know what to do. If you don't, you know where the other button is. For now, though, see you again in the next episode. Ciao.